Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 30th. We're going to jump right in here, Cancer, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time, Cancer. So this is looking kind of good. I would be careful of anything from the past. Comes up in every single one of your readings lately that you should be careful of past people. If you're dealing with a past person, I feel like they're still inconsistent. So, I would just be careful of that whole situation here. With this reading, I would also say that, it's interesting that you have the Seven of Swords Death card to the Knight of Wands. So if you're dealing with a past person, Six of Cups here, again, they could still be inconsistent. Whenever I have like two Knights like this, Knight of Wands facing this direction, King of Cups facing this direction, it kind of just is like a little bit of a clue for me that there's probably something much better, Knight in Shining Armor, coming in for you in the future. So there's no reason to settle, is like kind of what I feel here. But let's get started. You start off with this Close Encounters card here. I do feel like some of you need to trust your intuition. Six of Cups can be like a card of your intuition or like a spiritual connection as well. And so I do feel for some of you, I'll just say this. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and sometimes it could be like an intuition that you have or a certain feeling that you have about something that you shouldn't doubt. And that's what this could be saying. Even with the Seven of Swords here, the Seven of Swords can sometimes represent like taking things too seriously, but it can also like kind of represent trying to like logic something, right? Like let's say you have an intuition here this week that tells you, hey, like go move to this place and get this job, right? And then maybe you're just like, but I can't do that because of like all these reasons. And then you start logicking something into like out of existence. I kind of feel that this first row is more saying don't logic something out of existence, right? Don't try to make something logical when it isn't logical. I think that's what we need to realize. Kind of funny because Pisces had a very heavy mental energy in their reading. I kind of get something similar, but not exactly the same for you here, Cancer. Might be like a water thing this week, but I kind of feel that this first row is saying that there is like a chance opportunity that is coming in for you. I feel like I said something similar to you recently as well, and it doesn't maybe look logical, but it probably isn't, and I feel like you shouldn't try to logic it. I feel like you shouldn't try to take it too seriously. You have the Four of Cups here as well. Again, a little bit dreamy. He's manifesting these cups in front of him. So I feel this is more saying that what's kind of maybe surprising here is that you could be manifesting something very quickly in front of you. And again, if you try to maybe logic it, it's just not going to work out the same. I do feel some of you could be getting an offer from the past, but again, I feel like this is you, kind of like folding your arms, not accepting something into your life. For a lot of you, I feel that this has already happened, like someone has already tried to come back from the past, and I feel like you're kind of protecting your heart here with the Four Cups, which is probably a good thing. Again, Seven of Swords can represent taking things too seriously. The polka dots in tarot can represent the need to not take things too seriously, to be more playful and all this other stuff. Seven of Swords is also the card of the lone wolf. So again, if you have an opportunity that comes in this week that doesn't seem like it's possible, I feel like you need to realize that people want to help you. And you have this ant spirit, which says time to collaborate. So I feel that is definitely time to collaborate. I've been talking about this for weeks. We're entering into this astrology, and just even energetically, I feel that co-creation is going to be like extremely, extremely beneficial as we move forward here. So like working with other people, you don't even necessarily have to work with other people. If you're doing things that benefit other people, And this is not giving from, I feel like there's a difference between just like giving and giving and giving and not receiving. This to me is, again, co-creation is equal give and take. So I feel for a lot of you, there are going to be opportunities for you to do that with this co-creation energy and probably to be able to create a lot of abundance. But let's say an opportunity comes in for you to move and get a job, but then you start logically thinking, oh, it's going to be hard, I don't have the money, all this other stuff. I feel like there are people that will help, and I also feel like there are easy solutions for you, but you're going to have to like work with other people to find those solutions. You have the Ace of Swords, the Death card, and the Two of Pentacles. Again, Two of Pentacles kind of says two things exist at once. Two of Pentacles can sometimes say like the logical side of things where something isn't possible totally exists, and then the not logical side of things that's maybe a little bit more magical, that's maybe a little bit more out there, that exists as well. And basically, the Two of Pentacles says you will receive the side that you feed. So I would feed the side of, receiving something that could be truly great for you with the Two of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords, the Death card, and the Two of Pentacles here. For some of you, this could be a truth coming out as well. Where with the Seven of Swords here, someone could be telling you that they were inconsistent, that they were spinning plates, that they were juggling a relationship here, so with the Two of Pentacles. So again, I would be careful of that. For others, I do feel that maybe you will have to make some sort of sacrifice with the Ace of Swords to be successful. There is a palm frond on this side and an olive branch on this side here of the Ace of Swords. And the palm fronds in tarot represent needing to make a sacrifice. So I do feel, for some of you, it's like you are going to have to sacrifice something from the past with the Six of Cups to have something truly great, like a dream life with the Knight of Cups. Very interesting reading because in a lot of ways, I feel like things could be getting better than they ever have been in your entire life. And I know that sounds dramatic, but you have this potential card, the Knight of Cups, the Fool. These are very positive new beginning cards here, Cancer. And I just feel there's like a little bit of a need to believe it, to believe that it's possible, and also to get other people to help you create things. I talked about this in another reading. I don't remember whose reading it was, but I was talking about how, I think we're coming out of this time where I feel like people are more competitive, where people think like competition, and we're entering into this time where it's like I think people need to realize that there's just like way more than enough for everyone, and so co-creation is kind of where it's at. It's like if you're entering into a business, here in the future, there's no competition. There's more than enough. Same thing in love as well. I think that, it's like the world is pretty much 50-50 when you think about it. There's like 50%, people that would, male and female. And again, it doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. I'm just giving you an example here, Cancer, right? There's like 50-50 of, whatever you could imagine as far as relationships are concerned. But I feel like people come at relationships from this like competitive standpoint, right? That's kind of like all going away. And I feel like we're entering into more of this co-creative kind of like energy with people, just in general, and it's going to be a lot better. So that's like what I feel is coming in for you here. But I feel like you need to realize that, again, there is like no competition for whatever you want to start, right? There's like more than enough to go around. And coming at it from that place and instead saying, I'm not competing, I'm adding to this, right? Then, I feel like that's the best way. I haven't if I'm being honest with you, I've been feeling this for a long time. I've even talked about it in past readings where I talk about how Esther Hicks talks about like a pie. She says, if you're starting something like a business or whatever, it's like you're not like taking from that pie, you're actually adding to it. And I feel like that's a very good way to think about it. And I feel like for you, it's like you are, I feel like if that mindset could be very helpful, especially if you're like starting a business. It's like you are contributing to something, you're not taking from something. And just kind of like that mindset shift could be very beneficial. I do feel like there could be some sort of truth coming out here, but it's not, it could be about someone, telling you that they were inconsistent in a relationship, but it's not exactly clear to me. We're going to clarify this and we're going to see what it is in just a minute. Next, you have the potential card. So I do feel like something has a lot of potential for you, but again, potential is just potential. It's not, it doesn't really exist. So we have to put the work in to get something from potential to whatever. And it's also, there's a mountain on this card. So it kind of says that maybe something is a mountain to climb. Maybe something is a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. I always say, where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. So I feel like you need to go through something here and you will, experience something great. You have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Fool here. The Fool is a card of loyalty, by the way, and even this dog is nipping at his heels, is kind of saying go this direction, even though that's kind of confusing with the Fool, but it is kind of catching my attention here with this Knight of Cups. Even, look at the Death card facing this direction. It's like saying let go of the bozo, who was inconsistent liar from the past, and move towards the new Knight in Shining Armor. That's what I feel like you need to do here. For others, I feel that this is like an exciting new beginning. Knight of Wands, we can feel a little bit conflicted with the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands can just be a desire. We can desire to do something, but it might not be something that we feel is going to be successful. I can desire to, paint all day, but I'm a terrible artist, right? So it's like, the Knight of Wands is like you could desire to do something, want to do something, but maybe it doesn't seem logical with the Knight of Wands. But it's like maybe what you don't know is like people buy crappy pieces of art all the time. So it's like maybe you want to just put smears of paint on a painting, and you never know, you might sell one for $1 million because, again, I mean, have you seen some of the paintings people purchase? I mean, ridiculous, like little dots on a piece of paper, stuff like that. You never know, you might be that person. So the Knight of Wands isn't logical. It's about being spontaneous, moving towards your desires, whatever you truly desire to do, and that's what I feel like you need to do here, Cancer, with the Knight of Wands energy. Knight of Cups is about a dream. He is normally looking into this cup here, and he is dreaming about what his perfect life looks like, but he's got this river in front of him that he needs to cross. So I feel for some of you, the river is like exactly what you need to cross to get moving. One thing about the tarot is every single night actually represents fire energy. Even though this is a water sign, all the knights represent action, and so I do feel like it is time for you to kind of like take a leap of faith towards something that you more desire to do that maybe isn't logical, right? And I would get moving towards that. I feel like once you do that, it's like all the people and all the situations you need are going to start appearing. It's like never have I felt that it's like so important, like I know I always say this, that people need to get started, but never have I ever felt that it is so important for people to get moving. It's like, I think in the past, maybe, with past astrology that we experienced maybe over the last like 100 years, it's like if we wanted to do something, it's almost like the universe would kind of give us little like nudges, right, in the right direction to get started, and all this other stuff. But kind of like, as they say, fortune favors the bold. And that's the energy that I feel that we are stepping into. It's like the universe isn't going to give us any nudges. I've said it before, I'll say it again, no one's coming to save us, right, from anything. It's like the universe wants us to do things on our own. And so, I feel for a lot of you, this is about just taking that first step and to start whatever it is you want to start, right, Cancer? So I'd get moving. But I also feel that there could be love coming in for some of you here, like I said, but it would be new love, and I'm just dropping all the cards, so let's fix that. But let's clarify this here, Cancer, and let's see what is going on for you here, Cancer. Between the Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles here. Some of you, again, it's like you could have had a strong connection to a person who was inconsistent, and it could be making you feel left out in the cold to walk away from this person. But at the same time, I feel if you were dealing with someone inconsistent, I think you need to do that. For others, I'm just getting, I feel like you need to realize that if you've had, this is what I'm hearing in my head, if you've had one good idea, you'll have others. Sometimes I think we can be very protective over ideas for things when we should be collaborating with people. Like we could be maybe wanting to write a book, but maybe we're bad at writing, but maybe we're also afraid to share the idea because we don't want someone to steal it. I feel like, again, that's coming from a lack mentality. I feel like you need to kind of realize that you have an unlimited well of good ideas. And that's why that's like one reason why I feel like people don't get started on things is because of the Five of Pentacles. They think like, oh, this is the only one good thing that I've ever thought of. So I can't get started because I need it to be perfect. And, I feel like that stops a lot of people from making progress. Between the Four of Cups and the Death card, you have the King of Swords. It's like Law and Order. So, for some of you, if you have been dealing with like a liar, cheater, stealer, you could be seeing them receive their, get some justice here. It's also a card of truth, so there's clearly a truth coming out. Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords here. I mean, it's like double confirmation for you there, Cancer. Definitely could have been dealing with like a liar, cheater, stealer, or someone who is up to no good, a juggler with the Two of Pentacles. For others, I feel like it's like saying, again, don't step into traps. The Seven of Swords, he's normally about to step into a trap. Like on some decks, there's like a noose on the ground he's about to step into. And the Seven of Swords is kind of like saying, the reason is because he's not allowing people to help him. So, make sure to allow people to help you. Between the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles here. It's kind of been like everybody's answer for the past few weeks, the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, like one foot in front of the other. It's kind of like an energy that just says, just get started, you know, plant the first seed. I feel like you're also hoping for some fairness here from a person. Sometimes I feel like if we've been lied to, cheated on, stolen from, it's like we still want something from that past person, so we feel like we got something out of the relationship, right? But I feel it would be better for some of you to just like move on from a situation here and not allow it to like take up too much mind space with that Six of Pentacles. I really feel, again, that if someone lied or cheated, you know, it's not a reflection on you. It's like, you know, a reflection on them. I feel like they had nothing to give in the first place. Between the Death card and the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, again, I feel needing to stay focused is what this is, because the Knight of Cups can say that, again, you have a desire, something that you see as your dream life, something that you see as leading to a lot of success or whatever in your life. But the Seven of Cups is all the what ifs. It's like all the stuff around it, right? It's like you have one main goal with that Knight of Cups, that one cup that you see as being important. But then you're like, you know, what will my cousin Gina think? What happens if I lose all my money? What happens if my dog runs away? What happens if, you know, my power goes out? Like all these like what ifs popping up around your main goal. And the Knight of Cups is kind of like saying, hey, you know, like all those things could happen. But what if those things happen? And, you know, it doesn't really matter. And also, you'll be able to handle it. Also, probably none of those things will happen, right? So I feel for some of you, you need to get away from this, like, Seven of Cups energy. Between the Two of Pentacles and the Fool, you have the Emperor. I feel like you have the perfect plan, especially for those of you that are thinking about starting something new. For others, if this is love that you're attracting into your life, I feel like it's someone who's very direct, straightforward, to the point, like more Emperor type energy. So I definitely like to see that. Top row outcome, you have the Three of Cups here. Definitely a celebration coming in for you, and a card of teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, Cancer. I feel like out of all the signs, you get the most teamwork messages, I'm pretty sure. Middle row here, you have the Knight of Swords, charging forward, making progress, like needing to be determined here, needing to make things happen. And in bottom row, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a walking away reading to me as well. So for a lot of you, this reading could just be saying you're walking away from something that no longer serves you, like a person, and moving, you know, on into the future. For others, I feel like you are kind of accomplishing something here that has just potential to be successful in your life. I feel like the most important thing here is to just take that first step. Like if you get an opportunity to travel, but you're like, I don't have the money. I feel like you do have the money. Not only that, I feel like there are opportunities where you could make the money as well. I feel like people don't I feel like people don't realize that about the future as well, and like the energy that we're getting into. Like let's say you want to travel and you don't have the money to travel, or maybe you kind of have the money, but it would be like a little bit of a stretch. I think what people need to realize is like, hey, you could start a YouTube channel about your travels and probably make more than enough money to support you and then some. So it's like the universe is giving us opportunities to do things that we want to do, but it might not look like it, right? It's like that might seem like a stretch. You might be saying, again, you might be trying to logic something. You might be saying, I want to travel. I need the money. I kind of have the money, but I could start a YouTube channel. But then maybe you're saying to yourself, Seven of Cups. But, you know, what if I don't make money? What if people don't watch me? What if people don't like my face? What if, you know, all these things. So I feel like there's like a need to just kind of be ballsy here, Cancer, and really go for something. Like I said, fortune favors the bold is what, like, kind of like what I'm getting here in your reading. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a good reading because in a lot of ways, I feel like if you just go for something, you're going to get it, plain and simple. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your week.